Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Mr. Kester Amos. We are back again here in Amos State concerning this integrated project we're doing. So, if you look behind me, you can see the structures have all taken shape. We have roofed all the structures and they are all looking very nice at the moment. I believe you have been following us from the starting stage of this project and to where we are now. So I'm just going to walk you through the structures. Those that were invincible have become visible and you will see all the buildings. So without wasting much time, I'll just take you around. This is the first one that I normally enter into, which is the feed mill structure. So you can see the external part of it. So today I'm not going to take you inside too much, just to give you a view of the inside. We are still using it as storage. You can see the cement bags that we're using here for the project. You can see we are molding blocks inside and there's a lot going on inside, but it's actually a feed mill. So I've said a lot about this in previous videos. Then here are the greenhouses, which is the first of the buildings. So this was the one that was always invincible. So this is the first greenhouse, and of course, if you come inside, yes, but just to show you what it looks like inside, the soil preparation has just begun. So you can see we have started tilling the soil. This is how you till the soil in preparation for cultivation. Then if you look to the right here, you would see lots of logs of wood, dead wood, and we're going to keep them like this. We have deliberately gathered them here because this is a good habitation for snails. So usually the snails like to hide under these dead wood. They also feed on the dead wood because one of their attributes is that they are saprophytic. They feed on dead materials as well. So they feed also on this dead wood to an extent. So we're going to continue the tilling. The job has just begun. So they will till down to this part. Then we'll create that walkway on top it, and you can easily move around without necessarily stepping on the floor. So that's how it's been designed. So it's the same thing for the second greenhouse. So let's just close this. One greenhouse here. So you can see what it looks like inside. We have not started tilling this one. We just cleared the grasses because of course this place has been left open for quite a while before we did the covering and the installation. So at this point, you can see what it looks like. And here is the first roof structure, which is going to be for the concrete pen. And if you look carefully, you will see we are still molding blocks here. So it's after we're done with almost all the block work before we commence the construction new concrete pens. So after the construction of the concrete pens, we'll stock, produce here, and introduce into the greenhouses. So next stop is the poultry house. So lots of block work is still going on, bricklaying work is still going on. You can see our workers are very active and they are all on top of their game. Well done, well. So this is the broiler house. You can see this is meant for 5,000 broilers. So what is remaining for the broiler house is to put the nets round, and then we are good to go. It has been roofed. We're using it for block construction or block molding rather, and we're gradually getting through with all of this. And after that, we'll just cover it with a net. You will see we have started netting the layer house. So you'll see the type of nets we use on this particular facility. So the next is the pig pen. So most of the videos that we have done, the pig pen has been invisible as well, but now it has become very visible. So you can see the roofing is done, and to my right is the pen for the winners. So you can see this is the feeder, and here is the drinker. This is the nipples they'll be drinking from. And once water spills from these nipples while they are drinking, it will spill to this part and run off. Now the reason why we've done this is because we want to use artificial floor, which is organic litter. So we're going to bring in organic litter, wood shavings, sawdust to load it up to this height. So if we don't do this, when they are drinking from here and water spills, it will spill on the litter, which is not good. That will lead to buildup of ammonia. So as a result of that, we're going to raise the litter to this level so it will absorb the urine and we can easily pick out the droppings, and they will drink water drops from while they're drinking. It will flow into this and go out. But this is for the feeding, so there are no nipples here. We'll just place the feed here, and of course the height is to this, so they feed from here, and that's how it's designed. So this is for the winners. Then the first pen here to this axis is for the breeders. So these are farrowing pens. This is where we'll be having the animals staying, and of course this is the back end where you'll be drinking from. So we are not done with this, and we're going to have the feeder right here. This is where we'll have the feeder. So the dam and the piglets will stay here. This place will be kept neat by both the workers and the animals. You throw any dirty thing here, the pig will pick it with the snout, take it back and drop it here, because that's the dunging area. This is the feeding area, and it's always kept clean by both the management and the pigs. So that's how it is designed. So if you look at it, this is the passage to the extreme end. We have 14 pens to the left and 14 pens to the right. So we have lots of nipples on the right end because it's a winner pen. This can contain 10 to 15 pigs. So that's why we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But on the other side, we just have a few. So that's why we have lots of nipple points where they drink from. So this is a pig pen. We're going to now take you to the layer house and show you how it is also designed. Now, because I haven't been very much around too frequently, so there was an error in the door. The door to the poultry house will be on this part, but right now it's on the front because before I came in, they've already constructed that. So I'm going to correct that effect. Now you can see the type of wire mesh we're going to use here. So this is going to give you years of production. This can stay for 15-20 years. So we're going to stock it with roots to the ground and trim it properly to make it really neat. So that's how we'll do it. So for now, the entrance is through this place. So this is the entrance to the laying house. You can see how it's designed. So every time I come here and I tell you this is going to look like this is going to look like this, but today you're seeing the finished article. So these are the drains or the trenches where the cages will stand, and you have another set of cage here. So this is designed for 5,000 capacity layer house. So when you come in, you have this whole part to play with. So you can go either way or through the middle. So when you are through the middle, you can attend to birds on this part of the cage. And you can also attend to birds on this part of the cage. And when you go through the other extreme or that extreme, you attend to birds on the extreme parts. So that's how it's designed. So the structure is well designed to take in 5,000 birds, and the droppings of the birds will easily be flushed down to the extreme. We are actually looking at installing manure dryer and manure scrapers here. So that's going to be the last part of the video as we proceed. So now we're going to take you to the fisheries unit, and that will be the last part of the video. So we are heading to the fishery units. We're passing through the piggery structure. So you can see this is the extreme end of the piggery house. So we have an entrance from the beginning, and there's an outlet from the extreme end. So here we are at the back end They are the back end of the whole structures. So if you look at this now, you'll see this is a fishery unit. So it's just well managed because of the space in the land. Okay, so this is the hatchery. Of course, if you have seen our previous videos, you would know I have shown these structures over and over and again, but it's not been up to this stage. So we are almost at 80% here. The next thing we're going to do is to have a woodwork running around this building and a tarpaulin to seal this entire building completely. So we conserve some form of heat, because these are the hatchery tanks. You can see once you open this, the water goes in. So these are the outlets. Each of these are the outlets, and these are the openings. If you come back here, you will see these are the openings. You can open and close from there. The water drains out from there. So we have 16 tanks where we can actually do the hatching of the fries and fingerlings. So I've also designed it in a way that you can use it for training. So when the instructor is here, the students can stand around the hatchery tank. It makes it easier for everybody to have a clear view of what the instructor is doing. But meanwhile, this needs to be sealed up with the tarpaulin. Then there will be lighting points inside to bring in vision, light into the structure. So this is the hatchery. Then when you come out of the door of the hatchery, to your left is the main fish pond. So we have 20 giant ponds here. So you can see this is a passage and these are the individual ponds. So we have not introduced the inlet, but the outlets have been introduced. So this is the outlet. So these are the outlets. You can see for this one, these are the outlets, and it comes out through this part. There's a pipe here. You can see the pipe here. So we're going to pipe it with another one to take the waste out or the water out. So we are still looking at the options about constructing a drain by the middle. So this one empties to the drain, this one empties to the drain, and it takes it out. Or we are also looking at the options of using a pipe on this side, a pipe on this side. So we look at the cost for either of them. So whichever one we deem feasible, we'll go with that. So you can see here now, you can see the tanks. What's left for us to do is to smoothen the floor or shine the floor. But even as they are, there are no leakages. We've already tested water on them. There are no leakages. It's prevented from the rain and excessive sunlight. It's a massive structure. Cost a fortune, of course. So each of these, we have on this length, we have 5 pillars. Coupled with the poles, we have 5 pillars, and on the width, we have 4 pillar positions. So these ponds are guaranteed 20-30 years, they are not going anywhere. So that's how they are being designed. They are solidly built. So you can see the strength of the ponds. We'll just walk you down to the extreme. So you can see, and we're still going to work on this because we'll floor it. Of course, we always want the farm to be very neat. Of course, you know, we do our best to tidy up these facilities. So that's how it's designed. So we are the middle end. Like I said, we have 5 to this side, 5 to this side. We are looking at 4,000, 3,000 to 4,000 fishes in each of these ponds because they are massive ponds. Each of these ponds is measuring 5 meters by 10 meters. You know what 10 meters is? That's a lot for a fish pond. Lots of water inside. So that's what we have going on here. So much we can take. So the next time we'll come back here, hopefully we would have stocked some of the projects. Of course, like the poultry, we're looking at December sales. So we're really looking at heating it up for stocking. So if you want to build your integrated farm, please let us know on time so we can help you design the land. Even if your land is not so big, we can design it in a way that it's going to fit in a lot of things, and of course
the movement around the farm will be eased out. So of course, you know how to reach us: +2348068525032. That's the number to call. And don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe and share. Thank you. God bless you, and bye bye.